You can see our main board is marked out there. Let's go and put our cutter on. Well, this is all the components that make up the circuit board. All we need to do now is glue them together. Well, here's the circuit board complete. Well, not a bad job. I did lightly sand down the actual copper board, which you need to do. Right, let's get on and build it. Well, this is the parts list that makes up this FM transmitter. It's a 3-stage transmitter, so it's got 3 transistors. There's your parts, 23 parts. Should we get building? Well, our first part to install is the 68k resistor. Just pop that in for that. Next thing I'm just going to do is lay some solder down on the pads. Just make soldering a lot easier later. Next part is this 1M resistor. Next part to install is this 10k resistor. What I'm going to do is fit all the resistors first, and then I'm going to do the caps after, then the transistors and other bits and pieces. Next one is this 48k resistor. Next resistor is this 27k that goes to the base of the amplifier transistor. Alright, there is one more resistor to fit in, but I'm going to do that when I put the actual transistor in, because it attaches to one of the legs. So what I'm going to do now is start on the capacitors. First one is this 22N, the first one of the two. Next part is this 100N capacitor that goes from the audio amplifier to the base of the oscillator transistor. There we go. Next part to install is this 1N cap. Our next part to install is this 10 PF capacitor. This goes from the collector side of the oscillator transistor to the base of the amplifier. Now the amplifier on this works great. For a 2 transistor design, you'll be lucky to knock out 4 milliwatts, which can go reasonably far, you know, a few hundred metres. But with this simple transistor amplifier, the power goes up to about 45 milliwatt, which is quite a decent improvement. Our next part to install is this variable capacitor. You can build this without this and just use the coil to adjust the frequency, but in this build we're going to amuse it. Next part to install, well, 2 of them, is the 5-turn coil plus the 33p capacitor. What I've done, I've just soldered it to the back of it. It just makes installing a lot easier. Next is this 22N cap that goes across the battery. This keeps the circuit tight. Well, next part is our first transistor. This is the audio amplifier. Just got to bend the legs into shape and get it soldered in. Well, here's our second transistor, and as you can see what I've done, I've attached the 10pf capacitor across the emitter and collector side, and from the emitter side I've also installed the 100 ohm resistor. So basically it's 3 components out. What you do, just bend the legs into shape and get it all soldered in. Our next part to install is our third transistor, which is the liner amplifier. Not so much to this really, is it? Well, I've noticed a mistake on this. The 27k resistor I put on earlier for the amplifier, I've actually installed it to the collector, so I'm going to have to remove that. It actually goes to the base of the third transistor, so I'll just take that out. What I'm going to do now is install this 27k resistor where it should go, which is the base of the third transistor. Well, not many parts left now. What we're going to do now is stick in this 1UH inductor, as you can see here. Our next part we're going to install is the 10mm microphone. I should zoom in slightly. There we go. Just make sure you get this the right way around. Common mistake is to put this the wrong way around. So. Alright, we've got a battery connector next, and the antenna, and we're all done. Alright, last part is the antenna. As you can see on the circuit diagram, you install this on the collector side of the third transistor where the inductor connects to, and that's our output. There we go. What I'll do, I'll just wrap this antenna around one of the battery leads, or use a plastic tie. All done. Well, we're all done now. And what we need to do now is just go over the circuit and make sure there's no shorts. No, they're not the prettiest things, but they're easy to construct. You don't need any special tools to make your own circuit board. And you can do this within half hour. And the power of this transmitter, you'll be amazed at. We're going to show you the power and testing of this transmitter. We'll go out in the car and we'll see how far this thing goes. Alright. Testing next. Once we plug it in, see if it works. There's our frequency counter. Just put the battery on like that. Yes. Give an output. 94.7 megahertz. That's it. What I'm going to do is tune this to about 103. Spare frequency round out. Pop the screwdriver out. So 98. There's 100. 101. 103.4. 103.4 43. What I'll do, I'll tune that into exactly 103.4. What I'll do, we'll test its output power now. Well, I've seen it all working earlier. What we're going to do now is test its RF output with this milliwatt meter. This will measure low power transmitters up to about 1/4 of a watt. An old meter, but it's superb. I think it was made in 1957. So you could shorten this antenna really to get a better reading, but to be honest, it only makes about 5% difference. So we're plugged in. There's the antenna lead. And we're just over 40 milliwatt output. Not bad for a very simple, easy to build transmitter. And this will go well over half a mile, well over, even up to a mile. So what we'll do now, we'll take it out. Well, actually, I'll take my camcorder out in the car. We'll put this upstairs and we'll see the range. Not done. I'll set this transmitter up upstairs, as you can see. It's going to play one of my videos through a laptop, so the speaker's not going to sound too great. And there's an antenna bar over the net. There's our car. I'll go out now. I'm going to see the range of this transmitter. Alright, now we're going to go out in the car now and see how far we can get transmission range on this transmitter. So, come on, let's go into the car. Here's the shed. The transmitter is just up there. No one does it. Now, we should hear a recording of me on a YouTube video. I can't play any music for copyright reasons. Great little amplifier. eBay are a bit strict. eBay. YouTube are a bit strict with the copyright.
This is I think it was the 325.
milliwatt version. So low power one.
Yeah, I best to solder and punch it.
I've got to remember, once this is installed on this board, remember the capacitor. You have to put the track in the centre, obviously, to separate the pins on each side of the chip. And we'll separate the tracks appear that the source is not using.
I see what the transmission range is now on this
7, 1 and 8, I believe.
Transmitter. Near my solderer now on one of my videos. I think it's the 10 amp video I've got on there. No, I've got about 300
I'll show you what I've just done. I'm going to show you because it just took too long. What I did was with this LM386 I've split the tracks in the centre, obviously, to separate the pins either side. I've just back either side of this, and also pin 7. Alright, on to the next stage.
I've still got transmission, I've gone about 400 or 500 foot. Very clear. It might break up a bit because simply because we've got obstructions in the way. My house is not located in an ideal situation, but it's one of them now.
Windows 74 and 386.
And ideally transmission should be on top of it now.
Ground chips, I guess, on the negative side. That's what I'll do. Lead in first.
Well, this is my daughter's school, which I know is over 550 metres away.
Let's see around.
What that is in feet on my shoes, about 1800, 1700 feet. Yeah, let's pull over, you can hear this video clearly. A bit of interference from the car there. Yeah. We're about, like I say, we're about 550 metres away. About 1800 foot, 1750 foot. And as you can hear, that
and next is our connection.
That's also. Oh, so it can go a bit further.
Well,
I'd say it's going to break up because we've got a lot of obstruction in the way. Still in the video. Yeah. I think now we're about 800 metres away. Whatever that is. About 2,000 feet is it? As you can hear. Yeah, Beck's point this at the point the camcorder at the as you see 103.4 megahertz. So as you can see, really, for a quickly constructed transmitter with only 3 transistors.
Right, our next stage.
It's amazing the range on it, really.
Positive feed to the LM386 chip.
It's going to break up a bit now because we're at the bottom of it now, and we're just going to be reaching the top of the wheel. Your car go past our race then. I believe if the transmitter was ideally situated, the transmission range would be 3/4, maybe a mile. It's going to go well over half a mile. You can still hear that. I don't know, we're half a mile away now. copy of the video slightly there. This is about 3/4 of a mile away. If there weren't any obstructions in the way, I know for a fact it'd work fine. There you go. You know the video now, look.
Next is this.
Amazing.
It's about on this 10 ohm resistor.